Tai Tuivasa, Bam Bam himself, is taking on Blagoy Bald Cunt Ivanov in the UFC 238 main card opener. And it is a one-rounder either way, or the most boring 3-round fight you've ever fucking seen in your life. I thought Blagoy Ivanov lost to Ben Rothwell because he was moving backwards. Ben Rothwell was putting on the pressure. Blagoy Ivanov looks small as a heavyweight, but maybe that's because Ben Rothwell's such a big fucker for the weight. But yeah, I'm actually going to go with Tai Tuivasa here. He's taller. I think he's going to be able to push the pace more. And I also feel like it's, even though I should be judging this as Tai Tuivasa's coming off a KO loss, it wasn't really a KO loss. When you really look at the ending of the fight, it was Tai Tuivasa just couldn't get up, and he was literally punching JDS back while JDS had full mount on him. Like, JDS was in top mount, raining down shots. Tai Tuivasa was eating them and trying to throw shots back. And then they called off the fight because, I mean, you kind of have to at that point. If you guys are going to do that, there's no way of him escaping. And if you're trying to knock someone out from the bottom of top mount, then good luck. Good fucking luck. But yeah, I just think that a lot of this Tai Tuivasa not up to the hype sort of attitude is just underappreciating just how good JDS is. I think JDS beats everyone not named Ngannou and Stipe at this point. Okay? I think he beats literally everyone in the division. Maybe Curtis Blades will give him some trouble wrestling. But yeah, I think that a lot of people said, oh, the hype of Tuivasa is over. He's not good enough. Well, you're forgetting how good JDS is. Because remember, JDS was like number 3 in the rankings when he lost to Stipe. They took him out of the rankings because he tested positive for like a diabetic or something. And they put him in the rankings at number 8. You know what I mean? So when Tai Tuivasa loses to him and JDS is ranked number 8 or 7, you're like, it kind of downgrades the level of opponent that Tai's coming up against. Because JDS is an absolute savage. Tai Tuivasa had success in that fight. He had success. He had JDS hurt at one point. Whether it was to a headbutt or an elbow against a cage, something happened and he had JDS wobbled and backed up against the cage. Blagoy Ivanov just kind of got outclassed by JDS for 5 rounds. I just think Tai Tuivasa is going to come out all guns blazing and able to finish Blagoy Ivanov off. I mean, Blagoy is a tough customer. I just think that Tai Tuivasa is going to be able to get it done. He's going to be longer. He's a lot faster. Blagoy Ivanov's good, but I think that his style doesn't work well for him here because Tai Tuivasa, he kind of prides himself on getting you up against the cage and beating the shit out of you with elbows. Nice and close range. And Blagoy Ivanov, for me, is too okay to take a back step. In my opinion, if you want to beat Tai, you've got to be very conscious when you're moving back not to find yourself against the cage. And against Ben Rothwell, Blagoy Ivanov was consistently against the cage. Always moving backwards. Yes, he was landing some decent body shots on Ben Rothwell. Yes, it was a close fight. I just think that he's too okay to take back steps consistently. You know? And he finds himself at times cornered against the cage and then he'll like try and throw something and like sort of escape off of the cage because he knows he's in a bad position. I just feel like Tai Tuivasa is going to cut him off. Do what he did to Cyril Asker in his UFC debut. Back him up against the cage and just rip elbows into the fence against him and destroy him. I really do. Blagoy Ivanov is a fucking beast, boys. He is an absolute beast. I know this. Okay? Ben Rothwell's very good as heavyweights go. In my opinion, at heavyweight, it's 1, 2, 3, everyone else. 1, 2, 3, 4, Overeem, then everyone else. You know? Overeem's kind of there if his chin holds up, and if it doesn't, then he's with everyone else. You know what I mean? So, heavyweight's always been a weird division, because once he gets past 5, it's just a free-for-all between everyone. There's no, like, systemic rankings, like at welterweight. You know, you have your top 5ers, then you have your guys just outside the top 5, your Tills, your Leon Edwards is number 10, I think, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Robbie Lawler, those sort of guys. Then you have your 10 to 15s. It's very systemic on who's going to beat who. You know, and who's better than who. But at heavyweight, once it goes past 4, it's just like, fuck it. Whoever lands first, I guess. And I think Tai Tuivasa is going to come out all guns blazing, land first, back up Blagoy Ivanov to the cage, and start ripping elbows into his face. Yeah. I think we see a brutal war back and forth, but a first round knockout for Tai Tuivasa is what I'm envisioning in my mind. I'm actually seeing it almost identical to the Cyril Asker fight, where Tai Tuivasa backing him up against the cage. Cyril Asker's trying to explode off the cage and get into the centre of the octagon. Tai just don't let him and keeps walking him down. And I think he's going to go in and land a flush elbow on Blagoy Ivanov's face. I also think he could easily counter-attack Blagoy Ivanov's body shots, because when he does throw those body shots, he exerts himself so much to even reach the body and move his gut out of the way so he can even lean down that far. I just think Tuivasa is going to get the job done. Blagoy Ivanov's tough, and he doesn't go away easy, and he's never been put away by a knockout or TKO before. I see Tai Tuivasa doing it, though. I think he gets him. I don't think it's a KO. I think it's a TKO finish where Blagoy is just not defending himself, covering up against the cage in the corner. And yeah, Tai Tuivasa, boys, a bam fucking bam. In the first round, bam bam, down goes Ivanov. Truffle shuffle, run into the crowd, shit in a shoe, or whatever. What does he do? The shoey? Not shit in a shoe. You pour the drink into the shoe and then they do something else with the shoe. Spit, not shit. Spit in the shoe. They're very close words, spit and shit. Okay? That would be... If you do that, that would be a whole different shoey, by the way, if there's shit inside the shoe. You just aren't even a normal human being at that point. But yeah, run straight into the crowd, take a shoe off of someone, just literally rob someone for their shoe, because that's what he's done before. Literally commit an act of thief. He's a thief, really, when he takes these guys' shoes. You know? Or a female's shoes, you know, it's 2019. Put the beer in there, have a quick spit, you know? Maybe collect some spit off of the canvas that Blagoy Ivanov's going to be choking out. And yeah. First round finish for Tai Tuivasa. There's not much skill to break down here, you know? That's what I find a lot of with heavyweights. It's kind of just, what do you see? Especially when there's these kind of heavyweights. Like Tai Tuivasa, what's he going to do? What's his game plan? He's going to run forward. He's going to sprint like a retard towards you. He's going to walk you down. And he's going to start unleashing vicious shots when you're against the cage. What's Ivanov going to do? He's going to back up. He's going to back up some more. He's going to try and line counter shots when you rush in. And he's going to circle out and try and get back to the center. And he's going to back up again. You know? I just feel like Tai Tuivasa's got this one in the bag, boys. I really do. I really do. I think he's going to learn from the JDS loss immensely. And learn to be a bit more patient when he's rushing in. Because in the JDS loss, he rushed in so flippantly. If you don't know what that word means. If he rushed in so carelessly. Like he didn't even give a shit about rushing. He just like, I'm just going to land a punch. Ooh, and he gets tagged. And now he's on the floor. I think he's going to learn to be a bit more patient and find his moments. Maybe throw a couple feints, get Ivanov to bite down and go for a body shot maybe, and then come in with some vicious elbows and knock out Ivanov's bald ass fucking round cunt frame. I leave him on the canvas. KO round 1 for Tai Tuivasa. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'm live at 8 PM GMT. 9 PM GMT. I don't know what time I'm going to be live. 8 PM? We'll say 8 PM. 8 PM GMT. 9 PM. 9 PM GMT.